It's Christmas Eve, 2025, best albums of the year. Let's talk about it. How y'all doing? Welcome to Let's Talk About It Music Reviews Season 11. How y'all doing? Welcome to the show. Guys, it is Christmas Eve. Happy holidays. Happy Christmas. Goddamn, Lord goddamn mighty, we're already here. And we're also at the end of the year. There's only like 10 days left. Less than 10 days now. As I'm recording this, guys. Now, if you checked out last episode, we did my worst albums of the 2025. I got to, shit on these albums for one little last time. I checked these albums out, and I also really had a bad time listening to those albums. Here's all the albums that I had an amazing time checking out that honestly made my goddamn year of 2025 pretty alright. So we're going to go over my best albums of the year. Now, look. There's not that many good albums that I really could say I loved listening to. There's not a lot of them this year. It's not like 2024 or 2023 or nothing like that. So I am sorry. This list is not going to be too big. My, worst albums of the year is way bigger than this. But look, there's some albums I did enjoy this year, and I don't know why I said it like that, but we said it like that. Look, it's Christmas time, all right? We're going to have a little bit of some mess up. It's Christmas time, so let's get into it, starting off with one of my favorite albums of the year, an album that has taken me so long to say that this is my favorite album, because we got Playboi Carti, Music, or I Am Music. Now, you changed the title, or the title's different. I don't know how Playboi Carti is. People are saying that the deluxe is going to drop, on Christmas, which I don't believe at all. We'll see about that. But I will say, for this 30-track album, there was a lot of tracks that I honestly really enjoyed. I really digged into this album. I really just kind of replayed this album over and over and over again. And honestly, all of my life, I've never really, sat down and listened to a Playboi Carti album. I've always covered his music, or if he dropped a new song, all that type of stuff. I check out a single or something like that. I would never really dig into his catalog like that. My only one chance of really doing that was, checking out, Whole Lotta Red. And guess what? I said I was going to do a review of it, and I never did a review of it. So, hey, look. If, Playboi Carti doesn't drop his deluxe on Thursday night, we might do a little, maybe a little Whole Lotta Red review. Maybe I'll go back to it. Maybe we'll do that. We might see. But, as I really digged into this album and some tracks that dropped in 2024 that have just held up their listening value, I think as a project, as an album, if you can have such good listening value, if you can just make it where I can repeat these tracks, I can put this on a playlist and just let this play out. Now, there is some tracks that I definitely do not really enjoy that much, but even tracks like Pop Out. I love Pop Out. Tracks like, like the High song. That High song was so fucking good. There's some other tracks on here that I really enjoy. I overall love this goddamn album. I think the sounds on this album, the production of this album just really comes together, really just makes this album over the edge, in my opinion. Now, look, people are saying that some of this album does have AI on it or something like that. I'm gonna be real, guys. I really do not care for the AI stuff, the AI songs, like Fine Shit or the song with The Weeknd. Honestly, it made it sound good. It made it sound pretty alright. So, look, I will say my stance, on that AI shit, I'll say that, AI is here. AI is already here. And if artists are going to start using AI to, boost their music up, hey, I'll just say this. You better use it, and it better sound good, because there's no way you're using AI or you're using auto-tune or you're using these effects that, help your music out, and you still make shitty-ass music. At least make some good music, and in my opinion, Playboi Carti has made some good-ass music with it. Now, I love this album, but let's move on now, because I've already talked about this album for so fucking long. I did a 3-part whole album review for that one. But King Carson, More Chaos. King Carson has been one of the artists in my recent times that I've kind of really enjoyed. I've never been a big King Carson person. When he was first coming out, I really didn't understand the hype for him. And then I listened to this album, and I had such a good-ass time. Tracks like Money Spread just got stuck in my head over and over and over again. There was tracks like Black Rockstar where I was like, holy shit, that switch up goes insane. More Chaos was a fucking great ass time to listen to fucking some King Carson. So I'm excited for his next album, whatever he's got in the works or whatever. We'll see. Now, my next artist, guys, an artist that I've been covering since 2024 now. Hopefully we can cover her in 2026 too. But we got Tate McRae. Tate McRae, we're going to do So Close to What, and we're going to include the deluxe. I'll talk about the deluxe too, because I recently reviewed the deluxe. Also, I really overall enjoyed this whole entire album. I think Tate McRae somehow sneakily became one of my favorite artists to really check out. And he became one of my favorite pop artists because, I don't really have a favorite pop artist, I just have the pop artists that I check out for this show. But Tate McRae was one of those people where I went, holy shit, I'll buy this album. I want this album on my phone for, forever. This album is that good. Had such a good time. Every single track just got stuck in my head. I think the only track I didn't really enjoy was the final one, was that, acoustic guitar instrumental track with, that Taylor Swift type song, which, goddamn, I'd say Taylor Swift type song, but I don't know what the fuck Taylor Swift is making now. No, goddamn. But anyways, Tate McRae, I love this album. The deluxe, too. The deluxe had a lot more R&B-like qualities, which I really was a big standout for me. It was one of the things that I really enjoyed, having those big standout R&B background vocal moments. I enjoyed this album, had such a good time. The deluxe was also really good. I mean, honestly, the only thing I'd say about the deluxe is that I wish there was more fucking tracks. I'll just be honest with you. I really do enjoy this deluxe. Now, let's move on, though. Let's talk about Roselia. Now, apparently I'm not saying her name right. Apparently Roselia is wrong, but, the comments I've gotten me saying it, hey, there's laughing emojis. So I'm just going to keep saying Roselia. That's how I read it. But we got Roselia Lux. This was honestly a sleeper fucking album hit, because I saw on Twitter for the buildup of this album, I saw people were praising the fuck out of this album. People were saying this shit is 100 out of fucking 100, or these website reviews, which I don't understand these, website reviews like Pitchfork or whatever the fuck, how they're rating. Y'all think my rating system might not be the best, but how the fuck are we saying 99 out of 100 or 100 out of 100? What in the hell? Y'all think my scores are fucked up? At least my score is easy to understand. 1 out of fucking 10. What in the hell? But anyways, honestly, I think she does deserve that whatever 100 rating score is, because this album was 100% like that. I'm honestly kind of shocked of how much I enjoyed this album. And every time I kept replaying it, there was just something that kept grabbing me. From everything from this album, to the lyric videos, to the lyrics, to the, production, the beautiful-ass violins, beautiful classic production that I thought that wasn't going to sound good on this album. And it turned out to be one of the best aspects of this album, which really makes it stand out. Love the luscious production. Roselia sings her ass off on every one of these damn tracks. There's so much going on in this album. So many language, switch-ups too, which is crazy to goddamn say, but there is over 30 languages in this fucking album. I really did overall enjoy it. Now, let's move on, though, and talk about one of the biggest standouts of the year. It was Sabrina Carpenter's Man's Best Friend. This is one of the best albums, in my opinion, of this year because of how good it was. I was really surprised how everything I wanted from Sabrina Carpenter, more vocal intensity, more kind of R&B elements, more, also more of that kind of acoustic, kind of country type sound that she's really good at doing. She delivered on all of those goddamn fronts, which is really fucking awesome. I think when you have an artist that can actually deliver and really just keep pushing along, keep evolving her music, keep evolving the sound, I think that's when you got a really good-ass album. Everything from the vocals, from the production, from everything about this album was just fucking fantastic. I really enjoyed it. Now, this one might be a little bit of a, hey, kind of surprised that you're saying this or whatever, but I'm going to put YoungBoy's new album here, Massa. Massa was honestly a sleeper hit. I didn't think Massa was going to hit like it did, but honestly, Massa was such a good-ass night listening to this album. I listened to it so many times. It was 30 tracks. Now, if we were going to do some scale where I was like, what's my favorite of the albums or whatever, like if there was like a, number scale, if I was doing that, which I'm not doing that, but if I was doing that, this would definitely be on the, more the lower end of favorite albums, but still, I think YoungBoy really had a generational 2025 run. Now, I don't know how 2026 is going to look. I think he's doing some sad fucking shit, so we might be scaring my opinion for next year, but so far, 2025 alone, YoungBoy I've seen some of the best lyrically from him. I've seen some of the best vocally from YoungBoy, and flow and rapping wise, he's been on fucking top of it this goddamn year. So I really enjoyed this track. So yeah, overall, I really do enjoy this goddamn album. Now let's move on to another sleeper hit, which is Don't Tap the Glass by Tyler, the Creator. I didn't know he was going to drop a whole ass another album the next year, but was like a dance rap album. This is a really cool concept in my opinion. I really like the track Ring Ring Ring. That track just goes fucking hard. The singing on there. I think this track is really good. The Don't Tap the Glass, the rap tracks, everything about this album goes fucking hard. I do like the dance vibes of here. Now, we're going to end off my final favorite album of the year. It's going to be The Weeknd, Hurry Up Tomorrow. What I heard from The Weeknd this year was fucking fantastic. I love the story here. I love the singing on here. There were so many good R&B elements. The features on here were pretty good, except that final feature with that, like, Abyss song. Whatever that Abyss shit, whatever that Red Abyss shit was, I didn't really like it that much. But all the features, too, were really good. Weeknd sounded fantastic. Playboi Carti did his thing on this album. The Weeknd fucking killed it on here, guys, to end off with 2025. Guys, that is my 2025 best albums of the year list of how I'm feeling this year. I've listened to so much music, guys, and I really hope I can keep listening to music, keep talking about music, keep showing y'all, what I'm feeling about these goddamn songs. I hope y'all have a good Christmas Eve. Hope y'all have a good fucking Christmas. Spend, time with family. Do your goddamn thing. Have a fantastic fucking time. And guys, it's been a hell of a year. This is kind of the, my little, I don't want to just end it yet. I just want to say thank y'all. Thank y'all so much for, being around for me. As I keep traveling around this year, as my life changes or my life switches up. Anything like that, y'all always got me. Y'all always, make me grounded in a way. And I really do enjoy the routine of every day getting up, listening to music, talking about music, staying up all night. Like, I look forward to Thursday night, like, every time of the week. I love staying up all night and doing this shit. I just want to say thank y'all. It's been a hell of a year. We got some changes coming up. I guess I can, finally talk about it now. If y'all see my, if y'all go down and y'all see my Lil Uzi Vert, coverage and my, NLE Choppa coverage, there's a new thumbnail style that I'm going to be doing. We're also going to be putting it in the video versions now. We're not going to be having that, cover on the video or nothing like that. We're going to be doing a whole bunch of new stuff. We're going to be opening up the music show. Season 12 is going to be a little bit of an opening up because I want to start incorporating some music news, some hip-hop news, some pop news. I want to incorporate that stuff in the show now because I already do it. I already talk about this stuff while I'm in the reviews. So we're going to be doing more of that. We're also going to be, doing more reviews. I think we're going to be, killing it out there. We're going to keep, the schedule. Nothing's going to be changing with the schedule or nothing like that. 11 p.m. all the fucking time. Y'all know how the drill is. Or 8 p.m. I always drop it at the nighttime for y'all. That's never going to be changing. But I will say the thumbnails are going to be changing. We might be doing some, when there's no, big song coming out, we might just talk about, a news topic on Twitter about a pop song or something like that. We'll see how it goes. If there's any updates, we're going to get a little personal in 2026. So y'all get ready for that. We got a lot more stuff coming out. I really do enjoy doing this, guys. Thank you so much. And hey, it's been a hell of a fucking year. Happy Christmas. happy Christmas Eve for right now. This episode's gonna be coming out on Christmas Eve. And thank y'all so much for listening to this fucking episode. If you're on YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, wherever you get your podcast at, make sure you follow, turn on notifications, guys. And even though I say this the last, my little final, talking about the end of the year of music, hey, look, Playboi Carti might drop on Christmas, and we might be doing some reviews on Christmas. So, hey, there might be some stuff on Christmas. I can't even lie. But there will be something. I will drop something. We'll fucking see how it goes. And I'll say I already have a good one. Yeah, guys. Bye.